Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius November 19, 2022. Today and until December 6th, Mercury transits your solar 5th house. Venus is already in this area of your solar chart, and with Mercury also here, you'll enjoy a smoother, more natural flow of communication in your life. Your ideas are received well, and others admire your intelligence and wit. You're looking for fun forms of mental stimulation and may find yourself attracted to, or attracting, people who are compatible with you mentally or intellectually. There can be much interest in self-expression, creativity, and hobbies. You'll be finding your joy and sharing your gifts and talents with others more often in the weeks ahead. Today, you're in good shape to assess your resources, money, and capabilities, and your choices and decisions improve as you do so. You're recognizing what you need to make yourself feel more comfortable and settled. There is good energy for combining the traditional and new today and tomorrow. Sweet Venus, our goddess planet of love and beauty, has turned a corner and entered a fellow sign. As she transits your solar 5th house of true love, dating, and fertility, this is one of the most significant periods of the year to indulge in all matters of the heart. If single, you are being doused in tremendous luck to line up new options with prospective suitors from now until December 9th. Don't sit at home and just wait for them to come to you, though. Be the lion and hunt your prey. Couples can also enjoy this cosmic vibe by seeking to reignite their spark with their one and only, spend time with children if they have them, or pursue fertility. What do you want to pursue first? Expect to explode with new ideas when Mercury enters Sagittarius today. It will be hard to not feel optimistic about every passion project, curiosity, or possibility during this mercurial transit. However, you will need to focus on one thing at a time so that you do not get carried away by your whimsy. While Mercury in Sagittarius is great for seeking new inspiration, it can also be challenging to finish whatever you started. Devise a game plan to keep you on track if you want to fulfill a creative endeavor at work. At a time when the main focus is on the other side of the financial fence, and especially now that Jupiter is in his final days in retrograde motion in your financial sector, the moon's return to your income sector is giving the other side of the financial fence a boost. On the heels of last week's eclipsing full moon and what this has triggered across the income, work, and career fronts, the moon has returned with the sharp nose for money to exploit this. The atmosphere of the day provides lots of energy and shows you that you need to engage your mind to manage your body. Think of your mind as the heroic forest ranger who contains a raging fire. There is a lot of positive use in fire, but it must be contained. Discipline is the name of the game. Use your mind to convince yourself to get your running shoes on, to prepare a healthy dinner, or to get up and refill your water glass. How's the bank balance? If it's a little on the low side, today is a good time to strategize on ways to improve things, as it's an 8-day. Even you, with your fun-loving spirit, need to make a living and to sustain yourself. You're not likely to feel content if you have to depend on someone else in order to get by. This would compromise your independence, something dear to most fives. If things aren't where you want them to be, make a move to change things. In what is a taste of things to come and of what you can expect from the remaining weeks of 2022, just as Venus and Mercury are spending their first full day together in a fun, playful, romantic, and creatively charged part of your chart, the moon is bringing things together across the income, work, and career fronts. This is putting a different perspective on last week's full moon and any work-life balance reminders this brought. You can have it all, but only with the right work-life balance. But as the gods are no longer pushing this is something that you will need to make a priority yourself. Mercury may have returned to your romantic sector a day after Venus, but in his first full day here he is already catching up with the planet of love. By tomorrow they will be aligned, with the early days of what can be the most romantically charged weeks of the year not only getting an early boost, but this is set to blossom over the weekend. Our eyes in the sky. This is a good time to think about how best to ask for what you want from your significant other in the bedroom. However, there is some tension in the day, so it might not be the best time to share all your thoughts and emotions. Later, when you're feeling more peaceful, you'll be better able to say exactly what you mean. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. In the early evening hours, you'll have more self-control, perseverance, and energy and be able to get some work done. Enjoy the chill and quiet energy of the evening. It's a nice reprieve from the frenetic energy of recent days. Just after midnight, Mercury enters Sagittarius, having sped through the sign of Scorpio in just under 3 weeks. At this time, depth is traded for breadth. We are less secretive. In fact, we may have very little filter at all, causing us to tactlessly blurt things out in moments of passion, heedless of the long-term implications. We are thinking more optimistically, and in our idealism, assume there is less reason to be guarded. After all, the way to establish connections now is to collect diverse perspectives, and for that to happen, others must feel open to taking us into their confidence. This is an excellent time for philosophical or ideological discussions. Differences in opinion can be hashed out without becoming critical or hostile. However, the lower manifestation of this transit can find us going into preachy territory. We should avoid the elitist supposition that we have done more research or are more invested in our claims than those who we are speaking with. This attitude will only cut us off from true understanding. Your uncontrollable energy is causing you big problems. You are in a state of inner turmoil and find it difficult to remain calm. Your friends and relations find your behavior totally unpredictable. They can't make you out. Talk to others about your mental state, they will understand you better and give you good advice. If you're confused, sort out your contradictory feelings. In matters of the heart, it's difficult for others to be sensitive to your needs. Unfortunately, confusion on your part leads people to avoid you and you feel worse. In being more certain about your feelings, your desirability is enhanced and your outlook improves. The cosmic weather is then quiet until the evening, when the Virgo moon forms a quincunx with Chiron in Aries, agitating our emotions. There may not be any apparent events or situations that are triggering right now. However, on a subconscious level, we feel off. Something is not quite right, but we can't put our finger on it. As we engage with others, nagging sensations communicate that we aren't strong enough or good enough, that we are too little or too much. If we try to interrogate these impressions, they evaporate, but when we let our guard down, they return. Feelings of inadequacy will pass quickly. Don't stress, but do commit to returning to this issue later for a deeper analysis.